Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with a simple truth. Motivation is a spark, but consistency is the fire that keeps you warm when the spark burns out. We all love those moments when we feel inspired, when the dream is bright, the energy is high, and the path ahead looks clear. But let me ask you this as well. What happens the morning you wake up and don't feel like doing the work? That, my friends, is where success is truly born. Consistency begins when motivation ends. Anyone can act when they feel inspired. That's easy. The real test is showing up when the mood is gone, when the excitement has cooled, and when no one is watching. That is the moment when ordinary people step into the realm of the extraordinary. You see, motivation may open the door, but discipline walks you through it. Progress belongs not to the person who works intensely once, but to the one who works steadily, daily, faithfully. Greatness is never the result of a single burst of energy. It is the outcome of small, repeated actions, done especially on the days you least want to. So today, choose consistency over feeling. Choose discipline over impulse, and watch your life transform. Motivation starts the journey, but consistency finishes it. At first, motivation feels like a powerful wave pushing you forward. It lifts your energy, sharpens your focus, and makes every task feel lighter. In those early moments, your goals shine brightly and everything seems within reach. But motivation was never designed to last forever. It rises and falls. It comes and goes. If you depend only on motivation, you will move only when the feeling is present and remain still when it disappears. That is why so many goals fade. Not because the person lacked desire, but because they lacked a system for those days when desire wasn't enough. The truth is that every meaningful journey requires consistency. Consistency is quiet. It is not glamorous or thrilling, but it is powerful. It is the steady commitment to show up again and again, especially when the excitement has worn off. It is the reminder that progress is built in small layers, one routine at a time. While motivation gives you the push to start, consistency gives you the endurance to finish. It is the difference between wishing for results and actually achieving them. When you rely on motivation alone, your growth will always feel unstable. Some days you will move fast, and other days you will not move at all. But when you rely on consistency, something remarkable happens. Your actions become dependable. Your progress becomes predictable. Your results become inevitable. This is because consistency trains the mind to focus on effort rather than emotion. Emotion changes constantly. Effort can be chosen every day. Consistency also builds trust in yourself. Each time you follow through with what you said you would do, even when you do not feel inspired, you strengthen the belief that you are capable of finishing what you began. Over time, that confidence becomes one of your greatest assets. It fuels your discipline and reinforces your character. Success often belongs to those who keep moving long after others have stopped. The ones who learn to stay steady eventually rise above the ones who depended only on feeling motivated. There will always be days when the work feels heavy, days when the mind whispers excuses, days when progress seems invisible, but consistency teaches you to push through those moments by shifting your focus from how you feel to what you value. When you understand the power of your daily actions, you no longer need motivation to give you permission to act. You act because the action itself brings you closer to the life you want. Motivation may be the spark that awakens the dream, but consistency becomes the foundation that supports it. Every major achievement in life is built on repeated effort. Muscles grow through repeated training. Skills sharpen through repeated practice. Knowledge expands through repeated learning. Success is simply the accumulation of these small, consistent behaviors. In the end, the people who finish their journey are not the most motivated. They are the most consistent. They learn to move forward regardless of how they feel. They understand that momentum is created one step at a time. They realize that the magic is not in doing things perfectly, but in doing them regularly. So begin with motivation if it is available, but never depend on it. Let it start the engine, but let consistency keep the wheels turning. The finish line is crossed not by the one who starts the fastest, but by the one who refuses to stop. Discipline is stronger than emotion. Emotion is powerful, but it is unpredictable. It rises with excitement and falls with difficulty. It inspires you one moment and discourages you the next. If your actions depend on how you feel, then your progress will always fluctuate. Discipline is different. Discipline does not care about moods or excuses. Discipline is the decision to act based on commitment rather than comfort. It is the steady voice that says keep going even when emotion says stop. Every person encounters days when enthusiasm is low, days when the mind seeks comfort instead of effort, days when challenges look bigger than usual. Emotion is easily influenced by these moments. It reacts to stress. It reacts to doubt. It reacts to discomfort. Discipline responds differently. Discipline looks past the present feeling and focuses on the long-term outcome. It asks what needs to be done rather than what feels good right now. This ability to separate action from emotion is one of the greatest strengths a person can develop. Discipline transforms a person's relationship with their goals. When emotion is in control, goals remain distant dreams. When discipline takes the lead, goals become structured plans. Discipline brings order to ambition. It creates routines that protect progress from the ups and downs of daily feelings. With discipline, even difficult days contribute to growth because the work gets done regardless of mood. This reliability builds momentum, and momentum gradually builds success. Emotion alone is not enough to sustain long-term achievement. Emotion gives energy but rarely gives direction. Emotion can make you excited to start, but often fails to guide you through obstacles. Discipline fills this gap. It steps in when excitement fades. It provides consistency when passion weakens. It keeps you moving forward when doubt appears. Discipline is the bridge between intention and accomplishment. Without it, even the strongest desire struggles to become real. Discipline also strengthens character. Every time you act with discipline, you prove to yourself that you are capable of rising above temporary feelings. You show yourself that you can be trusted to honor your commitments. Over time, this builds confidence. You begin to believe in your ability to follow through. This belief becomes a form of internal power that emotion alone cannot create. Emotion may motivate you, but discipline earns your respect for yourself. Many people lose momentum not because they lack talent, but because they follow their emotions too closely. They act only when they feel like it. They pause at the first sign of discomfort. They wait for the perfect mood to return. But waiting for emotion is a trap. Discipline frees you from that trap. Discipline teaches you that progress is a choice, not a feeling. Once you embrace this truth, you no longer depend on inspiration to move forward. You depend on a decision you already made. The most successful people in any field share a common trait. They act with discipline even when their emotions resist. They wake up early when they prefer extra sleep. They practice their craft when they would rather relax. They study when distraction calls. They do not ignore their emotions, but they do not let their emotions lead. They let discipline guide their steps, and emotion eventually aligns with their effort. In the end, discipline creates freedom. Freedom from inconsistency. Freedom from regret. Freedom from the limits of mood. Emotion can inspire you, but discipline shapes the person you become. When you choose discipline over emotion, you take control of your progress. You gain the strength to move forward regardless of how you feel. That strength is the foundation of lasting success. Small daily actions create big long-term success. This idea may seem simple, yet it holds enormous power. Many people wait for dramatic breakthroughs, sudden inspiration, or large opportunities to change their lives. They expect transformation to arrive in one sweeping moment. But real progress rarely happens this way. Progress is built quietly through consistent, steady effort. Each small action may seem insignificant on its own, but over time these actions accumulate into something meaningful. Small actions work because they are manageable. They do not overwhelm the mind or demand excessive willpower. A few minutes of reading each day eventually builds knowledge. A short workout consistently performed strengthens the body. Saving a little money regularly creates financial stability over time. These actions are easy to begin, easy to repeat, and easy to sustain. Their simplicity is exactly what makes them effective. When you commit to small steps, you remove the pressure that often stops people before they even start. What makes small actions so powerful is their ability to create momentum. When you complete something simple each day, you create a pattern of progress. You see evidence that you are moving forward. This builds confidence. Confidence encourages you to continue. As the habit grows stronger, the effort required decreases because repetition turns action into routine. Once the routine becomes part of your identity, success becomes easier to maintain. The journey feels natural rather than forced. Small daily actions also protect you from inconsistency. People often fail not because they cannot handle big tasks, but because they cannot maintain them regularly. Large actions require bursts of energy that are difficult to sustain during stressful periods. Small actions, however, remain possible even on the toughest days. When life becomes demanding, these small steps keep your progress alive. They act as anchors that prevent you from drifting away from your goals. Even on low energy days, you can still do something, even if it is small. That small effort keeps the momentum from breaking. Another reason small actions lead to big success is their ability to compound over time. Just like money grows through compound interest, effort grows through repetition. The effect may be invisible at first. You may not see results quickly. This is where many people give up because they underestimate the power of gradual improvement. But each repetition strengthens your skill, sharpens your focus, and moves you one step closer to mastery. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Months turn into years. The transformation becomes undeniable. Small actions also reshape your mindset. When you commit to doing something each day, no matter how small, you shift from hoping for progress to creating progress. You stop relying on motivation or perfect conditions. You take responsibility for your growth. This responsibility builds a deeper sense of purpose and commitment. You start seeing yourself as someone who takes action rather than someone who only plans or wishes. That mental shift influences every other area of your life. People often underestimate how much change can come from small steps because they focus too much on immediate results. They want to see big changes quickly. But long-term success is not about speed. It is about consistency. It is about repeating simple actions until they become powerful habits. The most successful individuals understand this truth. They master the basics. They practice regularly. They stay patient. Over time, their small steps become great achievements that others call talent or luck, but which are actually the result of deliberate, repeated effort. In the end, greatness is built from the ground up. It is shaped through daily commitment. It grows with every small effort you make. When you honor the small things each day, you create the foundation for big victories tomorrow. Your future success depends less on dramatic moments and more on the quiet choices you make consistently. Small daily actions may look ordinary, but they produce extraordinary results when practiced over time. Success is not created in moments of excitement, but in the steady choices we make long after the excitement fades. Motivation may start the journey, discipline may push us forward, and small daily actions may guide our steps. But the true power lies in showing up with intention every single day. Every repetition strengthens your character. Every small effort moves you closer to your goal. Every disciplined choice builds the person you are becoming. Greatness does not arrive in a single leap. It grows quietly in the background of your life while you stay committed to the process. Whether the day feels easy or difficult, whether the feeling is present or absent, your progress depends on your willingness to remain consistent. Success rewards those who keep going when others slow down. It belongs to those who honor their routines, trust their habits, and stay faithful to their goals. So keep moving, keep building, keep choosing the action that aligns with the future you want. With consistency, discipline, and small daily steps, you will create results far greater than you ever imagined. Your future is shaped not by what you feel, but by what you repeatedly do.